Yo, new year, new essay, guys. Let's talk about this, alright? What are the big three of gacha games? Guys, what are the big three of gacha games? Does anyone know? So he put Genshin, of course, number one. Genshin is obviously number one, okay? Number two, Arc Knights. Arc Knights number two. Number three, FGO. Okay. Okay. So Genshin, Arc Knights, FGO. Three big gacha games. So what do you guys think? Holy Trinity? Are these the Holy Trinity? Are these the Holy Trinity though? Okay, let's see. The big three of anime is of course One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. Huh. I'm not sure I agree with that. What about Attack on Titan? What about Dragon Ball? Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree? Naruto ended. Naruto Boruto though. Naruto. Do you guys agree? One Piece is okay. One Piece is pretty big. Naruto, okay, you can debate that, but Bleach, I'm not sure about Bleach. Huh. Big what? Like big, you know, like big anime. It's so big. Okay, let's just big in popularity, right? Let's just assume that. He said what the modern big three are. So it's not modern, it's the old one, is it? So we can't include Attack on Titan. That's the big three in like 10 years ago. Back then. Even back then, I'm not sure if it's these three. America, big. Okay, now I'm wondering what the three big of gacha games are. For me, the big three are, okay, Genshin Impact, okay, no surprise, no surprise. No matter what your opinion on Genshin is, it's one of the biggest gacha games out there. Yeah, I think it's true. Collectively, it's not only big in other regions, it's big in China, it's big in... It's not that big in Japan as far as I know. Genshin is not super famous in Japan, is it? It feels like, right? It's basically the One Piece of gacha games. It has amazing soundtrack, interesting story, and characters, and the best part about Genshin is definitely the world. The world of Genshin Impact is beautiful and fun to explore. The gacha mechanic, on the other hand, is quite meh. Not a fan of the gacha, but at least there's PT. Okay. Genshin number one. Okay, number two, Arc Knights. Okay, Arc Knights number two. I placed Arc Knights here because personal reasons. Alright, he's personal. Okay. It's the game that I played the most, so therefore it's number two, and have the fondest memory. It has Emo, the best soundtrack. The gameplay is challenging yet fun, and the characters are very interesting. I can't tell much about the story because I skip. Wait, what? Why isn't it number two then? You skip the story and it's number two? The gacha mechanic is definitely the best out of the three. So we're not looking at story here, am I right? Because he skipped story. I don't think it's fair you go and review something and put it number two and you don't play the story. Story is part of it, right? I think you gotta play everything, you know? It's not, so you're just judging it by soundtrack? Most people probably won't even care about. You're just judging it soundtrack, gameplay, and what? The gacha mechanic. Gacha mechanic. Skip, how is it big? Skipping out good contents. Okay, number three. Fate Grand Order FGO. Out of all the gacha games out there, there's definitely one that's better than FGO. Okay, but the reason FGO is number three, because before Genshin Impact, this was the biggest gacha game and would take the number one spot. And the fact that it still exists and pumping out content is quite impressive. And I believe it's all because of the story. Yes, Emo, the best story, and it's all because of Nasu. Okay, now this one he never skipped the story. Arc Knight skipped the story. The characters are also the best, and the gameplay is serviceable. The gacha mechanic, on the other hand, is definitely the worst. Now these are my opinion, and I want to see what your big three are. So he likes FGO story, but it's number three. He skipped Arc Knight story, but it's number two. How does this work? So we're judging it based on, because FGO, there's no PT. So I think he's judging it based on pity, is it? Arknight's pity is pretty good, right? Gacha mechanic is definitely the best one. So he likes Arknight's gacha. He likes the gacha, I think. Genshin number one. Genshin number one. Okay, is this true though? Is this statement true? Where is it? Before Genshin, FGO was the biggest gacha game and would be number one. Do you guys agree with this? This is before Genshin. Pre-COVID. COVID didn't exist. Nobody know what that is. All the way back then, was FGO biggest? I think it is debatable, right? Arknight has soft pity. Judging from gacha classic player. Yeah, I think I guess it's true, I guess it's true. FGO was pretty massive. Although I feel like FGO has like there's not much competition back then. Nowadays definitely there's more competition for sure. There's definitely more stuff. Isn't GBF the best browser gacha? I don't know. This is his opinion, so there's that. Monster Strike is number one, really? His list is outdated? Yeah, I think it is too, right? I will agree with you with your list if we choose one from different genres. Otherwise, I will remove Arknights. It's not in the league with Genshin or FGO in terms of revenue. Okay, or has a big influence towards other gacha games. Game that brings inspiration from other games like Grand Blue, Summoner's Wars, Epic 7, or even Azur Lane. So he's saying this, all of this deserve the spot, not Arknights. Grand Blue is Grand Blue Fantasy, right? Summoner's War is pretty old. Epic 7 is still going strong after a while, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people say a lot of good things about Epic 7, but is it better than Arknights? It's too different though. One is turn-based PvP game, Arknights is literally a tower defense PvE game, so it's just so different to compare that to. Azur Lane, probably more comparable because it's a PvE, right? I mean, it has PvP as well. PvP base, yeah, it's a bit different to compare all of these. I pick Arknights because it's my favorite. Minus 137! Damn, that's a lot of minus, guys. Guys, it's just his favorite. Why are people downvoting? That's not fair. So you don't care about the big three. Gonna be honest, when I was writing this post, I didn't think it would be taken this seriously. I thought there would be more funny between the comments. I guess I was wrong. Minus 56? Dude, he's just trying to be funny. He wants more funny bantering. But guess what? People are taking it too seriously, guys. Too seriously. You should have clarified. This is an opinion. Damn. At this point, I don't care anymore. Minus 35. This Reddit is brain dead. Don't waste your time. Just browse around and grab popcorn. I can see that. Damn. There's a lot of minus. He's never making it back. It's not terribly surprising because of the word you sound on it. You say the big three. And ask a community focused on the subject. Okay. Comparable example would be if you went to soccer subreddit and asked for the top 3 players. Messi, Kylian, I have no idea who this. I know Messi, but these two I don't know. No shade intended, but while incomparably greater than most competition, is not in the same conversation. Okay. The last gacha war of the year. Damn. The last gacha war of the year. I see most people are saying Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and Nikkei. I mean, in terms of revenue, yeah. In terms of revenue, is these 3, right? Big in what sense? Revenue, it will be Genshin, Honkai Star Rail. Yeah. Revenue is Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and Nikkei. If we go by all-time FGO, Dokkan, Honkai Star Rail, and Nikkei spawn in a heartbeat. Dokkan as in Dragon Ball, right? In terms of big 3, Honkai Star Rail and other Hoyo games is like Boruto, not something that exists on its own. It's not like Honkai Star Rail's lore is dependent on Honkai Impact 3. Okay. Why he get downvoted? I hate that guy that paint Hoyo games black on revenue. Revenue pie in my mind. I was thinking more on the line of popularity and influence. So big 3 in terms of popularity and influence. Okay. When I wrote this post, I was more thinking on the line of my favorite. Maybe I should have written favorite instead of big three. Minus 28. Life, Death, Raid, Shadow Legends. Big three. Okay. Not VPN. Each region's market is different other than Genshin being at the top. Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and Nikkei with revenue and popularity. Yeah, I would say, I'm not sure about popularity. Is Nikkei popular enough to be like top 3? I guess it's pretty popular. Huh. Let me rant about 3 games I like. I would argue Genshin, Blue Archive, and FGO in terms of impact and influence over the mobile game market. Mobage, what does that mean? Arknights definitely is a contender, but it doesn't have the massive doujin scene FGO and Blue Archive have. Okay, I would agree with that. Nor does it have the same level of outreach and mainstream appeal Genshin has. Even in terms of market influence, I would go as so far to argue that Girls Frontline has been more influential on the overall mobage market. Mobage market than Arknights. Arknights itself was heavily influenced by Girls Frontline, and the grudge between Studio Mika and all of its ex-employees have made waves that have led to the creation and funding of major titles such as Arknights and Azulane, and was the birth title of the tactical or post-apocalyptic aesthetic that would come to dominate the Chinese mobage market. Didn't know about the grudge. GBF and Dragon Ball is not on the list. Guess you're young. I'm only 19 years old. And my only exposure to Grand Blue Fantasy were the doujins. I was never interested in Dragon Ball. I only watched live action movie. Live action Dragon Ball. Yo, that movie sucks balls, man. That movie sucks balls. Live action Dragon Ball, come on. Who will be watching that? Come on, man. Hey Usagi-kun, thanks for becoming a member. Man. Okay. Alright. Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Nikkei, and FGO. It's clearly Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and Nikkei. Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and Arknights. Huh. There's no universe where FGO is on top of Monster Strike in any metric other than Comicate numbers. But to be fair, FGO is more famous in the other regions other than JP. More than Monster Strike. Oh yeah, Uma Musume as well. Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Nikkei, and Blue Archive. Revenue, popularity, and relevance, at least in the global scene. I see more Blue Archive fan out on Twitter than FGO, for example. Yeah, that's probably true. There's more people drawing for Blue Archive. Huh. But yeah, I would feel like it's kind of a different paradox altogether, right?